landscaping company, your active income LLC. Second one is going to be for passive income. So whatever you choose to do passively, digital products, private equity, real estate, whatever, car rentals, passive income. The third one is going to be for contracts, county level contracts, corporate contracts, state contracts. Listen, so now that we have all of this, and now that we are a multi-business owner, now we need a bubble of protection around it. And this is when we get into asset protection. Let me show you guys how to enroll and become a student again before I go into this, okay? For those of you who have become a student, welcome to the group. Let's hit the ground running. Let's do it, okay? For those of you who want to enroll while I'm on here, you're going to click my picture right here. When you see that pop up, you're going to click it again. Once you click it again, you're going to click on this link in my TikTok bio, and it's going to take you here. You are enrolling in Startup Secrets, okay? It is normally $297. It is $147 while I'm on this live, okay? You have lifetime access. There is no monthly payment. There is no re-entry fee. If somehow you lose access, you simply send me an email so I can reinstate you, okay? You have access to the private Facebook group. You have a listing of banks. You have additional resources. You have an entire webinar on real estate, on contracts. There are a ton of resources. A ton. How do you deal with taxes from multiple businesses? Haha, okay. This is a good question. Okay. Also, thank y'all for the likes. We had 73K. Thank you. So how do you deal with taxes from multiple businesses? So as a multi-business owner, we want to implement a holding company, because a holding company is going to allow us to group all of the businesses together but remain separate. So one business's debt will not affect the other. That is what we want, okay? So a holding company can simply be an LLC. It is simply the way that it is structured. So we're going to implement a holding company. Please remember, again, the holding company does not build business credit. It does not do anything but hold your entities, right? So when we file taxes, we don't have to file taxes for each of those businesses. We simply file taxes for the holding company. Stay with me, okay? All right. So once we have all of these business, we're getting approved for all of these different lines of credit and loans. We're getting approved for grants left and right. Everybody's going to now want a piece of it. What is the number one way that rich people hide their assets? What is the number one way that rich or wealthy people hide their assets? Does anybody know? A trust. Yep. They cannot tax or take what they don't know exists. Allegedly. They cannot tax or take what they do not know exists. So that is when we form the trust, we put the holding company into the trust. Do I need an attorney to form my trust? Nope. Can you do it yourself? Yep. So make sure those of you who are becoming a student, watch the asset protection class. Watch it more than once. Okay? Watch it more than once. You're going to form a trust. Now, here's the thing that not a lot of people know. You can have more than one trust. Like, most people have more than one trust. It's just going to depend on your situation. So you should have like one family trust. You can have a trust for you and your business partner. You can have a trust for just you. Like, you can have more than one trust. Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you. Let me pin this, girl. Let me pin it. You can have more than one trust. It is a myth that you need to have a ton of money and a ton of this to open a trust. No, you don't. And the ways that you're going to fund the trust, because in order for it to be active, it needs to be funded. The holding company, you can sign over your business bank account into the trust, throw your life insurance policy into the trust. Listen, for everybody that's like trying to break into real estate and do this and do that, do all of these things under the business. It's going to be less of a liability. Like, if you need to walk away from something because the math just stopped mathing, you need to be able to walk away from it without it affecting your livelihood. That's all I'm gonna say about that, because I get flagged when I start talking too much. That's why I say I cannot tell you everything on here, but I try to give you as much as I can. Okay, now For those of you who are like, okay, but every time I apply for something, I get denied. Is this info in the course? Yes. Every time I apply for something, I get denied. Like, where do I start? You're not going to jump off the cliff. If you started your business Monday, you're not going to go straight to filling out a Chase card or Capital One. You got to start somewhere. Okay? You got to start somewhere. So typically I will tell my students and my clients that you want to start small. You want to start with like resale cards and fleet cards and putting a bill in your business name. We're going to start with building collateral around the business, okay? So building collateral, again, simply means that I'm putting bills in my business name. So we're going to start with cards like this. Let me show y'all. Does it turn around? Okay. We're going to start with cards like this, fleet cards, okay? Why are we going to start with fleet cards? Because they are the easiest to get approved for. They have the minimum requirements. The only thing you really need is to have a real legitimate business and to make sure all of your business information matches across all platforms and that you have a low code associated with your business. Okay. So these are the type of cards that we're going to start with. Let me see if I can find one of my students got approved for a Wawa card. I can't find it, but they got approved for a Wawa fleet card at their very first approval after starting their LLC. I think the LLC might have been like 40 days old. $10,000 Wawa card, completely under their business. So I'm just saying, what time is it? 4:05. Okay, I got like 6 more minutes. If you're checking out, you got like 6 more minutes. I'm going to answer questions because I know there was a lot of information. So let me go back to questions. If you are enrolling, you're going to click my picture, wait for the pop-up, and you're going to click that link in my bio. You're enrolling in Startup Secrets. How do you spell that fleet card? That was 7-Eleven. That was 7-Eleven. Can the trust company be an LLC? The trust will not be an LLC. I came in late. What income to use for the 10K monthly expense? Say it again. I might be slow. I'm not getting it. Should your business have different banks? Yes, because the goal is to build different relationships. So a business phone bill does count. Make sure that when you're getting these bills that they're reporting to the business credit bureaus, because if they're not, you can self-report. There's a way to self-report if you're not seeing it reporting on your business credit report. Why is this not showing me? Is there a way to turn a PG credit card strictly into a business EIN only? Now, one of the ways to do this would be to shut the card down and reapply. I would not have you do that. That card, though, should not be showing up on your personal credit unless you default anyway. But not really once it's PG'd. Yeah. So with my hair business, and I try to get funding, will they consider high risk? No, hair business is not high risk. If we join, we access the 5-week course for life. Yes, you have lifetime access. However, that does not mean that we're going to take a lifetime to finish this course, right? Right. What's today's date? That's today's date. Can you use an unsecured credit card to build business credit? Absolutely. That's another good way to do it. What kind of job should get to fund this? I'm slow today, y'all. Can I use my 1-800 number to report to the business credit bureaus? Yes. So if you use phone.com, they report to the business credit bureaus. Is catering high risk? A little, but not as high risk as something else. When you guys are picking your codes, your NAICS codes, remember you can have more than one. You can have up to 5. Is it the same to build business credit, having it as a DBA? Is it the same to build business credit? Oh, if you're trying to build business credit for a DBA, thank you. A DBA is just a nickname for your business. You're still truly building it for the LLC. How can we change bills from our name to the business name? Call them and tell them you want to switch this to your business. Your business is now utilizing that space. So you would like to take it out of your name and put it into the business name. It's very simple. And don't let these people like question you and all of this stuff, and don't overshare because it's none of their business. 1, 2, 3, 11, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, I have 11 emails. Is real estate high risk? Very. So if you're in real estate, I would restructure it as a property management company, because that is a lower risk. You get what I'm saying? So that's going to be a lower risk. Can I change my car to the business name by simply requesting it? They're going to have to make sure your contract does not have any stipulations. I know you're going to have to get something notarized. Some lenders are going to make the process easy. Some lenders are going to give you a hard time because it's essentially more work for them and they're not getting anything from it, but it can be done. Clothing boutique is not high risk. Retail is not really high risk. Financial services is very much high risk. So, okay, here's the rule of thumb. When you are naming your business, if you know you're high risk, you don't want to say anything about financials, nothing about investment, nothing about fixing nobody's credit. I joined your class. Welcome to the group, friend. I never had a business account. Should I start a new LLC or keep the same one? The same one if it has years on it. So if it's like older than, like if it's like 2 years old, just keep that one, because the age is going to come in handy. The age is going to help you. IT is not high risk. What kind of job should I get in order to fund this process? Any kind of job. What about consulting? Consulting, now I will say this about consulting. Before COVID, consulting was very low risk. Since COVID, when everybody started using that code, like Navy Federal does not fool with consulting businesses. So you can use the business management code, but just keep in mind, like Navy Federal, there are certain places, and I had a lender tell me yesterday, like, oh no, like we don't fund consulting businesses. It's not to say that you don't have a true business. I think it's just people are overrunning that code. Like they're running that code into the ground. So business management is like another good alternative. Real estate is definitely high risk. Change that around to like property management. Did everybody learn something today? I gotta go. What about secondhand clothing? That's not high risk. Did everybody learn something today? Do you guys feel more confident than when you first came in the room? Yes. Okay, perfect. See, the job is done. I have like 5 more minutes, so I just want to go over a couple things. Please start to run your life like it is a business. Anything that you want in this world, in this life, you can have, but be smart about it. If you are really truly after like that bag or that shoe or that this, please put it through the business. This is why it's important that everybody have a business credit card. You never want to run off on not paying your bills, but life's. Okay, life starts to happen, and when life starts to happen, you want to do like these people at the top and not have it connected to you. I'm just telling you what I know. Like I'm not a CPA. I have clients that are CPAs and accountants. I'm not one of those, but I'm just telling you, I've seen it in person. I have worked with these people. Run your life like a business. Anything that you can put in your business name, put it in your business name. Real estate, investments, cars, houses, like, okay, when you are signing these documents, do not sign it as yourself, sign it as the business, and make sure that you are always taking the necessary steps to separate yourself from the business, okay? I'll show you guys how to enroll one more time. Welcome to all of the newer students. Like I always tell you guys, if I could give you guys everything on this app, I would, but I do not own this app, so I cannot, okay? This is how you can enroll. You're going to click my picture right here. Once you see the pop-up, you're going to click my face again, okay? When you click my face again, you're going to come to my profile and you're going to click on this link in red. You're going to see this page and you're going to click on Startup Secrets, okay? This is the course that you are enrolling in. You have lifetime access. I do not revoke